Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. Joining me again is Sree Kaartik Gor. And was his 𝗣𝗚𝘂𝘆 right or what? So we are going to take straight jump into US elections as mail-in voting starts in many states in the next few days, and how this election is proceeding and many other things. What is the swearing in chart of Modi saying as regards to his luck as far as the Waqf bill as well as the One Nation One Poll bill are concerned? All this and more. Let's welcome Sree Kaartik Gor ji. Kartik ji, Om Namah Shivaya. Namaskar. How are you?
Namah Shivaya, Jai Somnath. How are you?
I'm doing well, and thank you so much, Kartik ji, for taking time out from your busy schedule. I pinged you only a few hours ago, but you were kind enough to give me this time slot. So there is much to discuss. Your 𝗣𝗚𝘂𝘆 came out right. 3 attempts thus far on Trump, and we don't know where things lie. So take it away. Start from there, sir, and then we'll go to the other topics.
Yeah, so last time when we discussed, if you remember, I had told very, very clearly and very fearlessly that, listen, once Surya is going to come to Virgo, tides are going to change, and that changing of tides is in a way connected with the security of Donald Trump. And I did mention that there will be attempts on him and his graph will go up. Now, a lot of people are asking me that, Kartik, ultimately, what do you feel will happen? And I'm in this stage where I am very worried that US is going the Pakistan way. What I mean by that is, like in Pakistan election, I had said that Imran Khan will win the election, but Imran Khan won't be the PM. So I see the way deep state over there is working. Uh, in a way, they're trying their best. In a way, Sam Dam Dandabed, as we say, and as luck would have, they are not able to get rid of Trump. So finally, there is this 𝗣𝗚𝘂𝘆 which is left, and with so many loopholes in the electoral systems, I really doubt, if they are going to, allow Trump to actually reach the stage where he is supposed to reach. The way I look at it, the two-horse race, Trump should be able to nudge past Hillary or Kamala. But the problem is, as I told you, I see it is going more the Pakistani way, and it is becoming more and more obvious what I talked about in December 2023, that they are going to try to stop him through Jupiter, they are going to try to stop him through Rahu, and together it causes a yoke called Guru Chandala. So they are trying their best to actually do, and me being somebody from the outside to US is actually very surprised to see to what level everything is being done to stop him, which is so unfair, right? Because if you call yourself a democracy and all those big things, and you give the gyan to whole world, and frankly speaking, in your own country, you aren't able to give a fair two-horse race or a fair election, so to say. What right does America have to give gyan to other people? That's the important thing.
Yes, indeed. And a shout out to all our viewers. So please like this video. Kartik ji is giving us rare insights. And we have been speculating. So is Sree PVR Narasimha Rao. He also said that neither one will become president. So that was Biden and Trump. And somehow, somewhere, somebody has got too much invested in this process that they just don't want to let go. Kartik ji, if you notice, now the interference is very overt, like what happened in Bangladesh and in other places. We are forgetting that many other countries also have had a regime change, including Japan, for example. Japan,
Absolutely.
Thailand.
Absolutely. So in a way, it's karma coming back, as we say, and every country has a karma, and everybody has to go through that.
So, viewers, this book I wrote 4 years ago after observing the 2020 result, and it's a fictional account of what Kartik ji just said, that every swing state has a fault line. And if you exploit that fault line just the right way, then you can get the outcome exactly the way you want. This was what was attempted and successfully achieved in 2020 election. Now, people will not like it. In fact, YouTube may not like it when I say this thing, but there are questions. Questions just don't go away. So that is where things stand right now. So let's go on to the next topic. swearing in ceremony, how much of an impact does it have on a person's capacity to be able to navigate some really difficult bills, such as the Waqf bill and then the One Nation, One Poll? Let's start with the Waqf bill. Over to you, sir.
So the way Modiji's swearing in happened, if you remember, I had talked about, or our viewers who are already following me would know that I had talked about two very important things. I was very, very happy about the Muhurta chart. Happy in the sense that it is going to nudge Modiji to get out of that Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, or become more action oriented, which he was in the first term, so to say. Second term was something, where, he did take things easy, and that ended up not helping him in electoral reasons. Why I'm talking about it is the Muhurta which they have chosen is Scorpio Lagna without a benefic in Lagna. Even in the 2019, it was Scorpio Lagna, but Guru was in Lagna. So yes, many astrologers might say that, okay, Guru was in Lagna, so it ensured that, it took care of him. He could.
Go ahead, Kartik ji. Waqf.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm having a bad connection. So what I was talking about, am I audible, right?
Yes. Perfect.
Okay, thank you so much. So what I was talking about, the Modiji swearing in chart, right? Now, there is a big difference between 2019 and 2020, this 2024 chart. And the biggest difference is that there is no benefic in the Lagna. Now, let me be very clear that a benefic in Lagna in Kali Yuga can be a little dicey proposition. Why I was talking about a dicey proposition, that got into that mindset about this whole Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, and which is not wrong in a way, but what happened is it became too much, and there was a certain level of resentment among BJP's core voter. So this time, at least, whoever has given him the Muhurta, he has at least taken care that both the Lagna Lord Mangal is in the 8th house in Mesha, very, very strong. And the other one is Ketu, which is in the 11th house. So Mangal is going to do the overt operation, Ketu is going to do the covert operation. And Lagnesh in the 6th house means it is not going to be afraid to call a spade and take tough decisions. So at least that, which was a big complaint for us in the last 5 years, that somewhere down the line, be it Waqf board, be it UCC, be it One Nation, One Election, those decisions were in the back burner, and a lot of people felt that in spite of 303 seats, why did we not do that? So sometimes they would say that adversity, there is an opportunity. So this Muhurta does give you a lot of opportunities, but there is a rider. Whenever Lagna Lord Mangal is in the 6th house, it means it is also going to be turbulent time. What I mean to say is situations around the border, which is Mangal, are going to be such that whether you like it or you don't like it, India is going to change its traditional mindset of not entering into anybody's border. We are going to be very calm. We are going to be Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So luckily for that, at least I'm very happy that Mangal is going to be in the business. Sometimes it is going to be forced to be in business by what happened in Bangladesh, where in a best case scenario, we would have liked the way things were going on. But whatever the deep state wanted to do, that happened, and Hasina had to come to India, and now we are seeing what it is there. Waqf board. So a lot of things are going to be there, and I had predicted at that point of time that give them time for the first 90 days. First 3 to 6 months is the time when they are going to test the waters, but roughly net after 30 days, that Mangal is going to start doing both overt and covert operations. And by covert operations, I mean to say what's happening in Pakistan with the TTP, with the Baluch army, with the situation, like a lot of Pakistanis offline tell me that there is at least 30 to 40% of Pakistani land which is actually a no-go area for the Pakistani army. So what I talked about in 2012, that by 2027 Pakistan is going to cease to exist in the form in which it is, that prediction also looks very viable. And if I might give you one more prediction about Bangladesh per se, post February 2026 up to 2030, Bangladesh is going to split as well, and it is well on its road.
Thank you so much. And so we've kind of already gotten into the next point, which was Bangladesh and Pakistan's future. Let me be specific about one thing. Many of us may have forgotten this, but it's the same individual or his ministry that has brought about regime change in Pakistan as well as Bangladesh, Mr. Donald Blue. The proof that he was behind, he wrote a letter to Imran Khan. All that stuff was released in a website. You guys are welcome to go and look it up. And now we know that Donald Lu was the one who affected the regime change in Bangladesh also. I put out a video with all the links and everything else. Basically, they think that it is unfinished business, that in the middle, there is this big country called India, where they are also trying to effect a regime change. For example, no one knows what Rahul Gandhi did after the 10th of September, before he arrived in India on the 16th of September. What does the 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝘀𝘆 says, Kartik? We will go to the question and answer right after you have taken a chance at where do you think he was?
See, I'm very clear that Rahul Gandhi is a security risk. So let's not mince any two words. So he's a security risk, and I don't know why he's getting so much of leeway. Why is he given so much of olive branch? There should be a serious, because he's the leader of opposition as of today. A leader of opposition cannot be unknown for 4 days, 5 days. Their itineraries are as important as a cabinet rank minister. So how can he be off, and how can the Modi government or our deep state not know where he is? And if they know and he is up to some mischief, which I'm sure he is, they better take that risk and get on. Rather than thinking, if we go behind him, it's going to be a lot of sympathy wave for them. It's not going to help you anyways. So it's better like what they are doing in Bengal, right? I see a lot of people, when I talk to them, they say, if they take any action against Didi, then it makes it very tough. But then I ask them that even if they don't take any thing, what are they gaining in Bengal anyways? At least if you take some action, at least people over there who want to vote for you will have at least some strength.
Yeah, you'll have to earn their vote is what you're saying.
Like I'll give a live example. Just now, yesterday, I met somebody from Bengal, and she was telling me that, Kartik ji, our whole building is actually a BJP voter. But one day before the voting, there were these thugs and gundas all standing outside our building. They took our ID cards and they gave it back after the election was over. So they were not allowed to vote, so to say. Now, if we are talking about such a situation, then frankly speaking, I don't know what to say.
Kartik ji, the BJP higher management knows about all these things. I don't know what exactly. Maybe they are also consulting some astrologer to find out what the right day and muhurta to go and act against West Bengal. Like that, many things. But let me just final out or get the last word from you. Yes or no? Waqf Act, yes or no?
100% yes. In fact, I said that, why amend when you can abolish?
Okay, wonderful. ONOP, ONOP, One Nation, One Poll, yes or no?
100% yes. Because we are losing.
So these things will get passed. It's the effect afterwards when these people take to the streets. One thing I have to tell viewers, see, if you go to Charminar area, I've grown up in Old City, Hyderabad, I know very well. If you go to the old Charminar area, everything is masjid. Except there's one small solitary 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝙪 temple. Do you know what happened, sir? The day these pagers and walkie-talkies went off, either the pager day or the walkie-talkie day, I don't remember. It is believed that the local residents want to destroy the 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝙪 temple.
For what the Israelis did?
Yeah. Look, guys, don't take this thing lightly. If they can get at you through your pager, cell phone is बाएं हाथ का खेल है. You understand something? Okay. So this is where I want to stop this thing, because this madness has to stop. Anyway, just this is a basically telling those of you who are balance of mind, don't get into all this stuff. Nakra. Let's take a couple of 2 or 3 questions only, Kartik ji, then I'll let you go.
Sure.
Thank you. Chaitanya Takle wants to know what steps will BJP take to avoid Tirupati-like issues?
Straight step. there should be no non-Hindus in Hindu temples. As simple as that. And I don't just mean Hindus. They have to be spiritual people who understand what the temple stands for. If I'm not a Shiva worshipper and if I'm going to be in the Somnath Trust, how is that fair? Right? If that's the case, then I'm there just for the money part of it or some other ulterior motive. So if the bhakti is not there, that person has got no right to be in that trust, especially a trust like temple, where we understand that the deity is not just a murti, there's a pran pratishtha being done, and technically it's like a living deity. And if you have the right yogas, actually you can talk to the murti. And if the people in the trust don't have bhakti, forget about Hindu, non-Hindu. For me, even the most important thing is they have to have bhakti. They have to have the yogas, actually speaking, in their horoscope to be part of the temple. Is Surya anyway associated with their horoscope or with their Lagnesh? There are many other combinations where you can have temple yogas, and in the traditional format, I'm sure the kings used to look at the horoscopes and then, give the right job to the right people.
Yes. Viewers, there's a political angle to this. I just want to add to what Kaartik ji said. We all know that the up and coming leader from Andhra Pradesh is 𝗤𝗏 𝘠𝗀𝘆. And 𝗤𝗏 𝘠𝗀𝘆 is the deputy chief minister. Guess what? Not Chiranjeevi, who is one of his elder brothers, but the other elder brother is now the head of 𝗤𝙗𝑚𝑎𝑙 Tirupati Devasthanam. Okay, so 𝗤𝗏 𝘠𝗀𝘆's chart is on the rise. 3-4 days ago, Kaartik ji, I think his first wife or his second wife, I don't remember, something was being raked up again. So basically, somebody doesn't like the success of 𝗤𝗏 𝘠𝗀𝘆, and they were trying to deflate that. I see that as one other political angle. So please, viewers, stay tuned. By the way, viewers, I don't know how many of you know this, but this temple in its present form and shape, where it is actually easy to access, was done by, who? Janamejaya, the grandson of Abhimanyu, Parikshit's son. So this lineage, nobody knows how old this temple is. Nobody knows how old this temple is. And it is believed that Vibhishan worshipped Lord Ranganatha on his way back to assuming duties as the king of Sri Lanka. So there are lots of stories. There is a book called, I don't remember the name right now, 𝗤𝗏𝘠𝘆. It's a Telugu book, but the title is 𝗤𝗏𝘠𝘆. It was written in 1802. It talks about the lineage. I have written an article on this in PGurus and it's published. I'll put the link in the top so you can read for what the importance of this temple is. The Murti of Lord Vishnu is a Swayambhu. Nobody sculpted this. Nobody sculpted this. Shaligram ka bana hua hai, sir ji.
True.
The whole thing, it's about 12 feet or 15 feet. It is made of Shaligram. Lots of stories, viewers, and we will be sharing them over various episodes. It's a very powerful temple, very powerful temple. To go and mess with it is not good. Next question from Maithili. According to your predictions, Kaartik ji, will Modiji complete this term?
It all depends actually on the UP elections of 2027. So that is going to be a big milestone, and world politics is going to change around that time, big time. I've already said that period from 28 to 32, we are looking at a very serious war-like situation. I don't want to use the word war 3 sort of a word, but yeah, it does look a very dicey situation. But the milestone, if I might use it, would be around 2027 when UP election is over. And depending on what's going to happen at that point of time, that would decide at what level Yogi ji comes back. If you remember in 2012 as well, a lot dependent on how well Modiji came back to power in Gujarat. So that was something which was very important. And similarly, it is the same thing.
I wrote about who's going to be the next prime minister. This book came 4 years ago. And what you are saying just echoes what I said in this book, Sarji. Those of you who may have read it can relate to this. So it's one prediction in the book that went wrong was that I thought Congress would turn more dharmic, but they still haven't found that dharmic leader. If they don't do that, I don't see that turning around. Anyway, so but
no, they are going the Muslim League way. They are not even trying to hide it, frankly speaking. And the reason why they are doing it is a very, very strong political reason, because the vote bank that they would have is an assured return. In Hinduism, we think a lot about candidates, ye kiya, nahi kiya, wo kiya, nahi kiya.
Right.
Whereas if you have a assured 25% vote bank, 30% vote bank, which is ever growing, why would you not invest in that? So they are not even now hiding. They are not even giving a clarity that there were WikiLeaks where Rahul Gandhi is saying, "Ha, hum Musalmanon ki party hai." They are not even trying to hide that he didn't say whatever it is.
Very true, very true. So last question, Magnet Rangaji wants to know, Namaskar, looking a bit ahead, is it possible that Congress will go back to its 2019 position or worse?
Interesting. It would all depend on actually which way BJP is going. If BJP is going to pull up its socks and understand the writing on the wall and the facts as it is, I'm sure they have a lot of data. I'm sure they know in which constituencies, what they have done, how many toilets they have made, to whom they have given, and in return, how many votes have they given. Then ideally, they would understand that, hey, listen, in management studies, we generally draw what we call it as a customer avatar. Right? I'm sure politicians also have their own sense of customer avatar, or the people who vote for them, or the aspirational class. And if they draw that customer avatar, they will know whom they need to work for. So it has to be a simple policy that jiska saath uska vikas.
Yes, indeed. And viewers, that brings us to a close of today's program. Kaartik ji, thank you so much. Again, this is not the best internet connection that we could get. It's always the case when we are traveling. So thank you once again, sir. We'll be back again with Kaartik ji very soon. Namaskar.
Namaskar. Thank you.
Thank you.